Honestly, it shouldn't exist at all. Imagine waking up in a hotel that drifts on water, a place where the horizon isn't just a view, it's your entire neighborhood. These aren't boats. They aren't islands. They're floating hotels so surreal they almost break the rules of physics. And today, we're diving into 10 floating hotels around the world that feel completely impossible. Welcome back to Unseen World Wonders, the channel where we explore extraordinary places that most people will never experience. If you're between 13 and 30 and obsessed with discovering the unseen, well, today your imagination is about to evolve. Let's begin our journey. But first, quick question. If your hotel started moving while you were asleep, would you panic or would you record it for TikTok? Just curious. The Manta Resort Underwater Room, Tanzania. We start in the warm, turquoise waters of Zanzibar. A floating room with a bedroom 3 meters below the ocean surface. As you sleep, fish glide past your windows. Sometimes curious squid stare back at you like you owe them money. The structure is anchored to the seabed, but the top deck floats, gently rocking with the tide. This isn't just a hotel, it's a one-room fantasy suspended in the Indian Ocean. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear about a hotel that literally drifts along an Amazonian river. O Amazon rainforest, Brazil. Deep in the Amazon, far from any Wi-Fi signal, yes, you may survive, lies Wakari Lodge, a cluster of floating eco-cabins that rise and fall with the seasonal floodwaters. Built on giant wooden pontoons, this lodge moves with the river more gracefully than your last relationship. You'll hear monkeys screeching, birds calling, and occasionally something splashing in the dark that makes you rethink your entire life. But danger makes it exciting, and excitement makes the next hotel feel even stranger. The Ark Floating Village, Cambodia. Imagine an entire village floating on a lake. Not one building, a whole neighborhood. Houses, schools, even restaurants drift on the surface of Tunnel Sap Lake. Some hotels here move slightly with the wind, giving you the surreal sensation that the world is shifting beneath you. It's a place where daily life floats, literally. But while this village drifts naturally, the next hotel was engineered to float by design. Pacific Lodge, British Columbia, Canada. A luxury floating lodge tugged through wilderness waters each season. Yes, they tow the entire hotel like a giant VIP raft. Surrounded by forests and misty mountains, the hotel floats in remote bays, offering views that feel stolen from a fantasy movie. Guests kayak, fish, and watch whales glide by the lodge as though they're checking in for room service. But if remote wilderness feels too peaceful, let's go somewhere more dramatic. The Conrad Rangali Maldives, the floating villas. The Maldives is a dream, but Conrad Rangali pushes it further with villas built on platforms so buoyant they feel supernatural. The water is so clear you can see fish from your bathroom. Which raises one question. Who exactly is watching whom? The villas sway lightly with the ocean, but here's the eerie part. You barely feel it. The engineering is so advanced that even storm waves feel like soft breathing. But speaking of storms, there's one floating hotel designed to survive even the roughest seas. Kafue Floating Bush Camp, Zambia. This camp, drifting along the Kafue River, is surrounded by wildlife, so intense it feels unreal. Hippos grunt outside your cabin. Crocodiles sunbathe on the banks. And you're floating among them like you're in a National Geographic episode. The platforms rise with the river and sway gently, giving you the sensation of being part of the ecosystem itself. But if you want something futuristic, something that feels like science fiction, the next hotel might break your brain. The Solar Floating Resort, Pizarro, Dubai. Dubai said, what if our hotels didn't touch the ground at all? And then they built this. A multi-level solar-powered floating resort with underwater bedrooms, rooftop decks, and floating pools. It's so advanced it looks like someone stole it from the year 2080. Every room has 360-degree ocean views. Everything is silent. Everything feels too perfect, which is strange, Because perfection usually comes with a price. And that price becomes clear in our next hotel. One that floats in the world's largest swamp. The floating hotel of the Okavango Delta, Botswana. Built on wooden decks supported by hidden flotation systems. This lodge drifts along the delta where lions, elephants, and leopards roam freely. At night, you hear animals moving through the water, sometimes too close,